Hey guys, welcome back to Front Seat Driver. My name is Jason. As you may remember, about 10 months ago, I did a video on my brand new 2020 Chevy Silverado. Well, times have changed, things have changed. We have a brand new 2020 Ford F-150, and it's an XLT Texas edition. So let's check it out right now. All right guys, so let's do a quick walk around on this 2020 Ford F-150. It was from Grapevine Ford in Grapevine, Texas. So I will leave a link in the description to Grapevine Ford if you guys are interested. This was a service loaner. It came with 2,000 miles on it, so it's in excellent shape. I recommend anybody that's looking for a service loaner or a slightly used but still basically brand new truck or brand new car, get with them and check out their service loaner program. Like I said, this had 2,000 miles on it. It's got probably 2,700 or something like that on there now. It is a sport edition. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I like and some of the things that I don't like about it compared to the Chevy Silverado. And stay tuned, because at the end of this video, I'm also going to tell you why we switched from Chevy to Ford. Kind of a big deal, kind of not a big deal, but stick around and I'll discuss that. But one of the things that I don't like about this, on my Chevy Silverado, it did have 20s, and I know there are some of the Fords that do have 20-inch, but this did come with 18-inch wheels. And while I do like the rim setup, and I like the hand-cooked tires, I don't like a 18-inch wheel. It leaves a very large wheel gap. I'm thinking about getting some larger wheels for that to alleviate that situation. But the one thing I like is it did come with the running boards. Again, I'm sure it was an option, but it did have those already installed whenever we purchased it. So I really like that. The one bad thing that I don't like about this either, there's only one hook, whereas with the F-150, there's 3 different sections that you can strap things to, and it really makes it a lot better if you're tying things down. I don't like that, but that's a minor thing. The other thing that I don't like is these are halogen light bulbs. In the Chevy Silverado, it came with the HID bulbs, but again, it's really minor. It's just kind of a personal preference, something that I don't care for. But that's about it. I will say, I think this is a really good looking truck, and I'm very happy with it. So that's about it for the exterior, and I am planning on putting a couple of mods, exterior type things. I may do a cold air intake. If there's some relatively inexpensive mods that I can do to this truck, let me know. I may film them, I may not. It may just be for fun, but let me know. I don't have a lot of knowledge. I will say I'm relatively new to the Ford family. I've owned a lot of Chevys over the last several years. So anyway, if there's some good stuff, something I need to know, definitely let me know down in the comments. But let's take a look at the inside. One other thing I do like is it does have the keyless entry on the outside. I have yet to figure out how to use it. I've only had the truck for a few days, so maybe in time we'll get that figured out. Well, let's step inside and take a look here. Now, one of the cool things that you'll notice, and I don't know if the camera will pick this up, I don't know if you can see that, carbon fiber. Let's not really say it's carbon fiber. We know it's not. It is actually just a vinyl wrap, but at the same time, it still looks cool. And that's not the only place they did that. If you notice right here, again, I don't know how well this is going to, pick up on camera, but this little storage area right here also has that same carbon fiber look. For me, it's not that big a deal if it's not real. It just looks cool. So as you can see on the door, there's a little bit of storage right in here. Maybe put your wallet, small gun, something like that right in there. I keep hand sanitizer down in the storage area in this little bin right here. And then moving inside, I do like how it has the center console here as opposed to, the seating that lifts up. I just like this better because I prefer the gear shifter, here as opposed to on the steering column. That little area where there are faux carbon fiber, you push that back and there is a nice bit of storage in there. I can keep sunglasses and my wallet. There's also 2 USB ports. There are 2 cup holders here on the side, which is nice. And then you lift this up and there is a place for a bunch of stupid masks and a lot of other storage compartments. So this is actually a pretty good size storage. I definitely like it. Let's take a look at the passenger side. So on the passenger side, you have this little area right here. Honestly, I don't quite know what it is. So if there's a purpose to this, somebody let me know. I don't know if it's just for airbag area, but there is some room in here for storage in the glove box. Close that back up. And then of course some in the door, same spot over there. Let's head to the back. Now this is what I don't care for. Again, you have a little bit on the door, a little bit here on the door, but underneath the seat, there's not much room for much of anything. Although I have to assume they sell the little containers that go underneath here to put your stuff in, but when you're a roofer and you carry a lot of stuff, it definitely helps to have more space to store things like hammers and, you know, caulk guns and whatever. So, and it does hold a whole 12 pack of Coke. I do have space for that in here because when we do re-roofs, I like to give my roofers some Coke, the legal kind. Again, let's step back to the door real quick too. More of that fake carbon fiber right here. Still looks really good, so I'm not going to complain. So taking a look at the other side, there actually is a storage bin, because I know when I was talking to the salesman, I was like, I thought there was storage underneath the seat. He goes, yeah, I believe this is what they consider storage. I was kind of like, well, yeah, okay. So we are going to have to fix this, get something a little bit bigger, because I carry a lot more stuff than what is in here right now. So let's take a look. You do have your 2 cup holders right here for the back, and you have your couple of vents right here, which is nice because I know my kids do ride in the back. They complain that it's hot. That helps out. There is an electric outlet here. There's 2 more USB ports there and 1 right there for your cigarette lighter. Those adapters will work there, but lift this up right here to pull down the seat. Let's take a look and see how much space is in here. That's a lot of space. I mean, take a look at this. I have this much room in between the back of the seat and my legs. That's quite a bit considering that's how I normally keep my seat. Now I do drive, you know, with my seat a little bit forward, but nonetheless, that does still gives you a lot of space. So one thing that I've always loved is a truck that has a lot of space in the back, and this definitely fits that description. There it is, built for tough. So as you can see, the steering wheel has basically all of the hands-free buttons, and we are going to go through the menu just real quick. Just press this to go down from your display mode. And in display mode, you have the speedometer, you have engine information, transmission temperature, distance to empty, and let me tell you, this thing holds a lot of gas. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Tire pressure, and then back to speedometer. Go back, trip and fuel, of course, all that information, compass and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. Then we have towing, trailer options, and connection checklist. We're going to skip through that. Off-road, and then other settings, pre-collision, advanced settings. You can set up your mic key and display setups and things like that, so we'll skip through all that. But those are the main menu items right there. So on your main screen, you can click here to media, you go through your audio, phone, all your contacts. You can change your phones for your Bluetooth, text messages, which is really great. It has navigation. So it shows where you are right now. We are at Chisenhall Park in Burleson, Texas, and you can set up everything you want to set up your home. You can set up your work on the navigation, so it's a single push to find those locations, or you can punch in wherever it is that you want to go, either with your hand or you can do it voice activated. So let's take a quick look under the hood. Pull that. So this is the 5.0 liter V8. And it is a 10-speed transmission, so it actually gets really good gas mileage. I'm getting about 18 miles to the gallon right now. All right, guys, let's go for a quick drive, and I'm gonna tell you the couple of things that I don't really care about for this truck, and I'm gonna tell you what I love about it. But one thing I did want to show you, it does have manual mode where you can put it in there and you can change the gears yourself. Honestly, though, I don't see the point in do that in a truck. And we're gonna go ahead and get out here. I think that there's a bunch of kids learning to drive in here. I swear, I keep seeing young people driving by really slowly with it looks like their parents. So let's get on out of here. This is a cool little park. There's always a lot of baseball games going on. I really like it. It's in the summertime, of course, the grass is really green. It looks beautiful. So it's a cool park for kids to come and play baseball. So I'm on a subdivision road that has a lot of bumps on it, and I will say the biggest thing that I did not like about the Silverado, the last 2 Silverados that I had, is they threw you around so much. I have to say that the comfort ride level of the F-150 is exponentially better. I can't even begin to tell you how much better it is, but it's a lot better. I'm not saying you don't have any bumps, you don't feel anything, but my goodness, it is a million times better. I used to feel like I was gonna hit my head on the roof sometimes on one of our toll roads. Steve from Protective Dad Pranks, when we were on, I can't remember, I think it was 635 or something, and he literally was like, I think I'm gonna get sick. The truck was throwing him around so much. So this drives so much better. Absolutely love it. The one thing that I can say that I don't like on this truck that is, to me, kind of an issue, I don't know, the steering is not nearly as tight as I would like. I like a little bit more of a sport feel, and this thing just, you know, it feels like it's got a lot of oversteer. It just spins around too much. I don't like that. I wish it was a little bit tighter of a steering suspension in it, but it's not. So anyway, that's the one thing I can say I don't really care for. The only other thing I can really say that I don't love is the power. It doesn't feel like it has the power that the Silverado had. It's not far off, and it's definitely not where I would consider it to be a negative. I do actually really like the Ford a lot better than the Silverado. So when I give you the negatives, I don't want it to seem like that I don't think this is a better truck, because I personally do. I still really like the Silverado, but I definitely think that the Ford is a better truck, my personal opinion. So for all the Chevy guys out there, feel free to bash me. I don't mind. I do have a Corvette. I have a Camaro. I had a couple of Silverados. I had a Chevy Equinox. So I'm very familiar with the Chevy family, and I am a fan. So anyway, but that's going to about do it for that. And I'm going to pull over here in a minute. I'm going to give you the numbers on what this truck cost, and tell you why the biggest reason is that we switched from Chevy to Ford. So we'll do that in 3, 2, 1. Here comes my kitty cat. Meow. What's up, kitty? Hi. What you doing? You gonna be on TV? Yeah. So anyway, real quick, let's go ahead and talk about the final amount. The total of the truck before discounts was $50,940, and we did get some different discounts, as you can see here. The one for $1,750, one for $500, and one for $250. For a total of $2,500, we ended up paying $48,440 for this truck. And anyway, that is basically what the cost of the new one was. But I know I said I was going to tell you some of the issues that we had with the Silverado, so let's go ahead and do that right now. There was a couple of recalls, and that was the biggest problem that we had. And it wasn't anything major, but I did get stuck at a house one day and had to get it towed to the dealership, and had to do a couple of recall issues because it would not let me go over 3 miles an hour, which was good because basically I had no brakes. So I would roll, and anyway, it did get fixed. And as you can see, then they had to do, like I said, a couple of different recalls on here. This was the second time. So this was really where it kind of made it, where it was time to get rid of it. This time it was just a battery issue. They ended up replacing the battery, and again, everything was fine after that. So we generally replace trucks every year anyway, and it was about 11 months in at that point. So we decided it was just time. Let's just go ahead and do it. That way we get the tax breaks this year as opposed to next year. Anyway, so that was the biggest reason, is that it had a couple of issues, but I mean, it was kind of a pain in the butt for me because I really need a truck. I don't carry a lot of material, and I really just need a ladder for those times that I need to get up on a roof. We pretty much do new construction, so I don't always have to get on roofs. But it's kind of a pain in the butt when you've had your truck in the shop and then they give you a car to drive. I'm like driving this car. It's about the size of my shoe. It was a Buick. It was just a pain in the butt. So we just went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and get rid of that truck and go ahead and move on to the Ford. And I will say I'm very happy. Nothing against Chevy. Still love you, but we did switch to Ford. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope everybody has a great day. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and go ahead and subscribe. If you like Corvettes, I do predominantly Corvette content, some content with my Lamborghini. It just depends on what's going on. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a great week.